Good day, folks. So today I decided, just to review the new Ministry album titled Relapse. So let's give it a shot and start off. So anyways, it was like the 4 years after Ministry abdicated the throne of world's most popular industrial band. No, it was a Ministry step back into the limelight with Relapse, to be honest. And our serious health scare in 2010 coupled with, recent political unrest inspired Ministry's mastermind. Al Jorgensen to return to the angry machine-like melting fray. As with any big band, Return Relapse is being heralded as the greatest achievement in Ministry's extensive catalog, so there's like many questions is the record any good? Do Jorgensen's political rants seem genuine or lazy? There's so many questions, so let me just try to answer a few of them now here. Anyways, the first thing to settle is that Relapse is a great record, to be honest. It's loud, it's fast and angry. No, it's fucking relentless. All the elements of Ministry are here and really in top fucking form. I'm not sure if I'd stick it in the same class as Land of Rape and Honey or Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, but Relapse can stand toe to toe with the rest of Ministry's catalog. Jorgensen isn't alone here with this assault. He's packing some serious backup here. Anyways, it's like Mike Skaki and Casey Orr of Rigor Mortis. It's Tommy Victor of Prong, and the fucking Tony Campos of Static X. They all really lended a particular brand of excellence to Ministry's madness here. Relapse kicks off with Gold Diggers, a song announces Ministry's return in more ways than one to be. Musically, you can't really beat it for an opener or ripping guitar solos. Slowly builds up as Jorgensen does a bit of spoken word before the explosion of power in your face like 1,000 fucking knives. Once the whole band is in Gold Diggers, it's a fucking sledgehammer bashing your skull without fucking mercy. The groovy riff plays against the fucking inhuman drum machines, and that battle has always been, what Ministry does the best. You can bang your fucking head, get wasted here, and burn down fucking cities, whatever you decide. I promise the vertical reaction to the tune. The Gold Diggers also signals the return of Al Jorgensen as an enigmatic blowhard. The tune is all about how much he hates the pretense of pomposity of music industry. This is coming from a man who sent a 25-minute interview video to the press, with a statement that if a journalist asks any of the same questions, Jorgensen will stop the fucking interview and leave right away. The idea a man could do something so rock star, arrogant with kicking his album over with a song vilifying the same behavior is like dichotomy that makes Al Jorgensen so fucking interesting. I don't know about you, but I feel a bit better knowing Uncle Al hasn't changed really over these years. Aside of the standard Ministry sound, the band reaches back into some, punk influences. To bring the Relapse to life. Don't get me wrong, they don't start to sound like, Black Flag, but the subtext is really here. Free Fall is pure punk rock jam in the vein of Discharge and Necros, but just put it through the Ministry filter. So the part of what's always drawn me to Ministry is how Jorgensen, can take something as primal as punk rock and make it sound machine-like without losing any humanity. Freefall is, hacking really the spirit of punk rock played by the robot from a fucking Metropolis. So, the biggest surprise on Relapse is like SOD cover United Forces. It takes a set of brass nuggets, to cover a song by one of the most beloved thrash super groups of all time, but Ministry just whip them out and swing them to be honest, and the cover kicks all kinds of fucking serious ass. Once Al Jorgensen lays his magic over another genre to make it his own. Jorgensen is like a waiter and his musical style, the long wooden pepper shaker. He steps in, waves the wooden wand, and over the musical silence his pepper covers, the original idea with Jorgensen personal spice. 99% is one of my favorite jams on Relapse. Musically, this tune has the most in common with Ministry's sound from Land of Rape and Honey or Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. For those of you, who can't quite define it, you're still playing 99%ers for anybody else, they'll get really the idea. Part metal, part machine, part human players, and part sample. It's a rich fucking pudding of delights. So lyrically, the tune attacks the re reaction of public to occupy the movement that swept through 2011. Usually musicians try to bring their most learned sack of bullshit to their political songs, but not Jorgensen. He screams about the way people would do it in their living room, which is really fucking refreshing. So Relapse is like pretty much devoid of bad songs. Some tracks are better than others, but none of them really suck. So the only trouble in Paradise comes with how people perceive the album. So if you like the Ministry, you'll be busting a nut over Relapse. But if you don't like what they do, this won't help matters, to be honest. Ministry doesn't break any new ground, with Relapse, and they aren't pushing any musical boundaries. No, but personally, I don't think they wanted to, and I can respect that, but it might make finding new fans difficult, to be honest. For those of us, who dig Ministry, or those who can open up their, minds past knee-jerk reactions to the band, Relapse is an invitation by Jorgensen to strap in. Stop, step your fucking eyelids and open, open and take a fucked up ride through the dysfunctional brain of a musician icon. What else do you need? I mean, no, that's about it, people. So I hope it was good. So I'll see you next time, and stay tuned.